order to convey the perfect sense of what you're trying to depict, there takes a certain amount of research and effort, sometimes to length degrees. Take an example of the Lion King animators. When the Lion King was being in development, the animators traveled to Kenya to look to see how animals are in real life form so that they can be able to draw realistically. Or take the research team of Finding Nemo, who were able to go to Australia and explore the coral reef and also take some scuba lessons to convey underwater for when they need to animate Finding Nemo. Same thing applies to literature. Take example Lisa Yi. Lisa Yi took the time to travel out to Brazil to study and prepare to write for the American Girls of the Year 2016 Leah Clark. There, she was able to try Brazilian food, go to the Brazilian rainforest, scuba dive, and just do so many things out there. And I always thought that it's so fun whenever you do these type of research. And even though it's only for work, you know, there's a sense of fun and adventure you get to do when you're doing all these things for your research of your books. Interestingly, this wasn't Yi's first time even writing and doing research on an American Girl of the Year. She was also able to write for 2011 Girl of the Year, Kanani, a 9-year-old girl who lives in Hawaii. But for her research, she was able to travel to Hawaii and be able to do extensive research on the island and being able to try the food, go scuba diving, surfing, paddling, and all that stuff for her research. And believe it or not, there was another American girl whom she wrote for. Granted, it's not Girl of the Year, but still it is an American girl, Ivy Ling, a Chinese American girl who represents the 1970s. Now, Ivy Ling is best friends with Julie is the forefront of the 1970s historic line of American Girl. Now, let me tell you a little bit about American Girl and the background to what to know. The American Girl Company was founded in 1986 by Pleasant Rowland, a school teacher who was able to look at dolls of the time of the 1980s and 70s and being able to see how there was a lack of market for girls to be able to have dolls that were their size. It was either a fully grown adult of Barbie or it was a little baby such as Cabbage Patch Kids. And she wanted to be somewhere in the middle where girls can have dolls that were their age. And to put it in a little bit of a twist, girls who were from different eras of life. Whether it's girls representing wartime, the Victorian age, the Civil War, the pioneering age, all types of girls, but they were around the same age, which is between 9 and 10. So we have 4 categories where the American Girl characters represent. So first we have the historic line, which is the very first line where the American Girl dolls were made into a story where you get to learn about the history of the time of the girls. Next we have the Girl of the Year. Girl of the Year is only available for that year only, and then the next year rolls out the new Girl of the Year. We also have the Be Forever dolls, which are the new updated dolls of the historical dolls. And then we also have the Best Friends line, which are the best friends to the main characters of the historic dolls. And that is where Ivy Ling is categorized. She is in the Best Friends category. I remember reading Ivy's story and just being able to be fascinated by her culture and just who she was as a person and be able to really enjoy her books. Now, growing up, I didn't read a lot of Asian literature where the main protagonists were basically of Asian descent. The closest that I would say that I got to it was reading Claudia Kishi from the Babysitters Club, and I would just want to say that she was like literally one of my favorite characters of the whole series. I would just literally pick up all of her books and just leave the rest of the characters alone because I just love Claudia because she was so relatable to me. I love the fact that she was artsy, that she loved junk food, that she wasn't necessarily academically inclined like how I wasn't. She was just very relatable to me. I really love Ivy's story. She was a gymnast and she was around the time where I was basically interested in different heritages and cultures that I would love to read. And that's what I love about American Girl so much. I love reading about different people's perspective and different people's heritage and culture. I just love learning all things about different people. We live in an age where Asian media is just solely just exploding right now with K-pop Demon Hunters, Turning Red, Big Hero 6, I mean, hey, even my day, American Dragon. But what I see a lack of, and maybe this is something that I just need to search for more, is just more representation in literature, especially American literature, that to have kids be able to learn different experiences from the eyes of someone else. I remember reading this novel when I was younger, and I remember reading it and I was just like amazed at the fact that in the middle of it, number one, I don't read about male protagonists, so one thing to notice is that this person, the main protagonist, was male. He's an Asian male, and I don't think I ever read anything that was just seeing the experience of an Asian male who was really an athlete who played basketball. I thought it was so cool when I read it. I thought, first off, the story was funny. And then I realized that even picking up another book, I saw that, oh my word, like there was a book prior to even the book that I was reading. That was the second book. So the first book was all about this girl named Millicent Min, who is a female protagonist of her novel. So there are 3 novels in this trilogy. Millicent Min, Girl Genius.
Stanford Wong flunks big time.
And the third book, So Totally Emily Ebers, who is not of Asian descent. So when I made the connection that this author who wrote these series that I picked up on the library one day and I just read it and I was just like, oh, this is a really cool book. And then I see her same name on this American Girl franchise, which I was obsessed with as a child, American Girl. I was just like, oh wow, she's doing her thing. Like I love when authors are just like, you know, they make every single type of books and then you make the connections and it's just like, oh my word, like I never knew that this character, I never knew that this author would make this book that's totally different from another book. So let's talk about Lisa Yi. Lisa Yi was born on August 27th, 1959 in Los Angeles. She is a Chinese-American author whose career is super versatile and very creative. I mean, like based on her website, what she says, she was an inventor, a hand model. She worked as Mickey Mouse at Disney World. She directed creative projects for Fortune 500 clients. And she has a big Winnie the Pooh collection, which I thought was pretty cute. She also has an extension library of other works that she has created over the years. Her works including DC Superhero Girls, The Misfits, Maisie Chen, and so much more. She has been nominated and won several awards for her works and has been on New York's top selling list for many years now. But I want to talk about her first novel, Millicent Min, which is her first novel. She was able to create that in a scale of 6 years before publishing Millicent Min in 2003. Millicent Min tells the story of an 11-year-old genius and is basically ostracized by many teens and kids, from her own age group to the people who she goes to school with in high school. Now, a lot of things are going on with her life. Her grandmother is moving. She's forced to play volleyball even though she doesn't want to. She has to tutor this 7th grade flunk, Stanford Wong, who is a basketball star. But she also has the opportunity to make a new friend. The only problem is that she doesn't want to showcase her smarts to her because she wants to kind of lay low on her smarts, which is the complete opposite of Stanford Wong, who wants to showcase that he's smart even though he's flunked and got an F and everything. He wants to showcase that, you know, he's like super tough and smart and that he is the tutor to Millicent. And by the way, these two clash together, like Millicent and Stanford, like they don't like each other. But yes, he wants to showcase to the new girl, which is Emily, that he is very smart, whereas Millicent kind of wants to dumb herself down in order to be able to make friends with Emily. According to Loretta Gaffney, who reviewed Stanford Wong Flunks Big Time for the Bulletin of the Center of Children's Books, she is quote to say, "Yi directly challenges stereotypes, not only about Asian Americans, but about boys and girls as well." I thought about Stanford Wong's Flunks Big Time for years, and I was always pinpointing to the fact that, like, why is this something that I just keep on having a resurgent thought? Like, what is this book and what it's about, and why am I thinking about it right now? But it just goes to show you the lasting impact that Lisa Yi's books have. I love the fact that I get to see someone else's story and being able to read and see someone else's perspective on something, and to break stereotypes in the forms of literature, especially children's literature. What do you guys think of this video? I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.